TCK. Well, happy Thursday, peeps, and welcome back to another installment of Kai Plays. As has become custom lately, we're going to be tackling a little bit of Final Fantasy IV, but I won't actually have too much preamble for you today. I'm actually going to get launched right into it here since we have a little bit of a crawl to get through as far as the next dungeon is concerned, and I'll take that opportunity to kind of go through a little bit of what happened off camera. Shouldn't take very long, it was mostly just some leveling stuff. There's going to be a brief bit of silence here while I do get the game configured, and then we'll launch right into it. Thank you for your patience. And we're back. Now, as you may no doubt deduce from what we have on the screen here at the moment, I am a little bit outside from where we had left off the last stream. We just revived Rosa and she joined the party, and as of the last moment of the stream, we hadn't had any exposure to her being in the party. I'm happy to report that, as well as a few other things, have changed. A little bit of fiddling off screen brought back some memories that I had sort of lost along the way in the some 2 decades since I last played this game in any capacity. Part of that was exactly how difficult it was to get somebody like Edward or Tella to be useful in the party structure, since I wasn't able to swap what row they were participating in. The Swap Rows button, as you may have seen, would swap the entire party. This was addressed as soon as I realized that the front and back rows for each one of these lines is alternating. So if I wanted Edward in the back row, I simply needed to move him to one of these rows which was allocated to the back. Now by default, it's forward, back, forward, back, forward. I simply inverted them so we have our 3 squishier members in the back and Cecil being the sole frontliner at the moment, which in my humble opinion is the ideal setup. In addition to that, I managed to sleuth out the bit that I had forgotten about, which is that you can use the ability screen to set the auto battle commands for certain characters. We touched on that briefly at the end of the last segment, but you can also change the battle commands that people are able to use in battle. If you're so inclined, you can unequip all of them, leaving them with nothing but attack. We had received an augment for Cecil very early in the game here for auto potion, but I had never equipped it, and so it was not in use. I think I'm actually going to keep it that way, however, as I don't like burning through potions every time I take 3 damage from a goblin. I may use that for specific boss battles in the future, but we'll see. Now, as far as anything that's happened off screen that you've missed that wasn't my fiddling with the controls, we got Rosa up from a paltry level 15 to a level 17. She hasn't had any of her equipment changed, and as far as locale, we've moved to the next dungeon area that we're going to need to explore here. Story-wise, the icy winds of this path had blocked off passage forward with a large ice wall, and Rydia did not know the fire spell despite knowing so many other spells. The reason for this was explained to be that Rydia was not comfortable learning the spell initially, since fire was in large part responsible for destroying her hometown, in addition to, that being Cecil and Kane's fault. Oops. However, with the urging of the party and the reminder that to the far east there is another town that is in danger of being ransacked by the kingdom of Baron, she relented, learned the fire spell, and made short work of the ice wall. I didn't do much exploring other than getting to the first checkpoint and picking up a couple of treasure chests, so without any further ado, it should be a little bit easier to get through this without so much wasted time. Auto battle has been pre-configured. I just need to get them back in their proper rows since we just got back attacked. Here we are. Now, interestingly, Prey has always been kind of a staple ability as something that will restore HP, but as you've just seen, it also restores MP as well, which is, frankly, just incredibly useful. That allows me to have Rosa set to Prey, which will help keep the party alive, but has the fringe benefit of also keeping Rydia's MP high, so she can continue to spam offensive magics like fire. In the roughly hour or so that I spent power leveling, I was able to kind of piece together what I felt my ideal setup was for this location, at least. We'll have to adjust that as we go, but for now, I'm pretty confident that auto battle will take care of most situations, which leaves us free to explore and discuss. Ooh, holy arrows. Now, interestingly, ammunition is not expendable in this game, and in fact, I believe they were not expendable in Final Fantasy III either. It's simply an augment that allows the character to actually attack with the bow weapon. Now, bows, as you might expect, deal full damage from the back row, whereas normally characters suffer a 50% penalty to damage dealt if they're in the back row. So this makes Rosa, with her bow and her white magic, an ideal back laner. These are bombs. We are not going to auto-battle bombs. Instead, whoops, we will blizzard the whole pack of them. Now, I haven't seen a gray bomb yet, so let's just poke it and see what happens. It dies, basically. It's still weak to ice, and it has barely more health than a regular bomb. Now we know. It's your boy.
What's this? Clad like that? That's a monk of Fabul.
Oh boy, it's Yang. Oh, they have a little focus tracker. That is neat. 350 damage, ladies and gentlemen, at a starting HP of 800. Yes, please, and thank you. This moment of monk badassery goes out to Saren Rawl. Tis a bomb. That's no ordinary foe. And then suddenly we all joined the fray. Oh, it's the Mom Bomb! Righto. Oh, and Yang is right in the front row, exactly where I want him. Beautiful. Let's try auto battle here. I'm pretty sure Yang would most likely start out with physical attacks. Yes, he did. Except I forgot that Rydia was set with fire. Whoopsies! Let's stop doing that. Black magic, blizzard on the Mom Bomb. That is much better. We should make quick work of this. With Cecil and Yang hitting like fire trucks, I think we'll probably be alright. Okay, it got buff. It got very buff. She's storing up energy. We must tighten our defenses. Okay, let's take the hint. I think Edward's gonna get nuked. I can't get him to stop singing. Kaboom! Edward is down. We are not shocked. Blizzard on everything. Sabine can attack. Cecil can attack. Rosa is going to need to get Edward back in the fight. There's a whole row of bombs gone. Beautiful. Oh, leave Rudy alone. let's make sure she sticks around long enough to get the benefit of the heal that I'm about to throw out. Cure on everyone. Just like that. Achievement unlocked. Big Bang. All right, and with that, we are caught up a little bit faster than it had taken us to do it the first time. And with that, it was decided we would attend the Grand Master of the Monk Order in his trip back to Fabul. I think it's very interesting that they included a focus tracker for Yang. Now, focus, as you can see, it doubles physical attack damage, but if you store too many uses of focus, you can damage yourself. It is alternately referred to as boost in other games. And I just thought it was kind of neat that they tell you how many times you've used it. Oh, brace is just like a better defend. I like it. I like it a lot. Kick. Perform a flying kick against the enemy party. Oh, he has an AoE attack and a brace. I really like Yang. Kind of like I liked Sabine as well, but I'm getting ahead of us. We haven't gotten to Final Fantasy VI on our replays yet. It is my long-term goal to play through the entire franchise in order. I've played pretty much all of the main series games as is, but I've never really just sat down and gone through all of them sequentially. They weren't really designed to be played that way, but I've always kind of wanted to, so that's the plan. Now, if we could stop running into bombs, Ceridia's fire auto battle stops coming back to bite me in the butt. Smack! 500 damage. NBD. We have almost 10k gil now. Oh, turn off that auto battle real quick. Black magic, blizzard, all back to auto battle. Don't want to cast fire on bombs. That's that is not a good idea. As you can see with auto battle, we're making much quicker work of these. Oh, thank you for the follow. All right then. So even though we've been, excuse me, Even though we've been surprised, I think you'll find we're probably still going to make quick work of these. Just like that. Let's see now. I think that's just about it for this area. Sure enough. 3 bomb cores. Oh, goody. But we've made it to the other side. We left our hovercraft on the other side of the mountain, but nothing we can do about that now. More bombs. All right. Let's just have Rydia defend for a turn, so that we can have a second to regain a little MP passively. It's not like Cecil and Yang need a lot of help dealing with these. Okay, we are back to where we left off. I think that probably what we'll do, since we had a few more random encounters this time through, is make use of a tent as we approach Fabul. Now, according to my map, east is about the only direction we can go. Makes that decision fairly easy. Let's see here. I am curious, what is north of the mountain range? Not much of note, to be honest. That's okay. Oh, okay, you can't actually walk all the way around, so guess we have to go back. That's okay, we have a little bit of an XP deficit to make up. Let's see. Southeast by the looks of things. We'll probably have Rydia defend for a little bit to try to recover some of her offensive MP. Not the least of which because her fire spell is doing more harm than good here. As seen here. I do like the level ups though. So here's what we're going to do. We will go into abilities for Rydia and change her auto battle command to defend, just for now. With Rose's Prey ability, we should be recovering enough MP to get her back up to full pretty quickly. And honestly, with Yang and Cecil at the front line, we really are not going to be struggling to clear the field. Ooh, achievement unlocked, Silver Hunter. I imagine that means that we have completed 20% of the bestiary. Seems logical. What do we have out this way? More enemies! That's alright. The more random encounters that we get while Rydia is in defense mode, the more MP she will regenerate, and the more useful she'll be for the final trek to Fabul. Alright. I keep exploring these different corners on the map here because I keep expecting them to have, I don't know, something on them. Slapped. I love that Yang's regular attacks do more damage than Cecil's criticals. It's kind of ridiculous. Alright, let's see. We'll scout out the south, but my gut tells me Fabul is further to the northeast. Also, it's interesting to me, I realize Yang is absolutely ripped, having 30% more health than Cecil and doing 50% more damage, and having just a buttload of unique abilities, but how weak were his students that they died to a bunch of goblins? I'm just wondering. Okay, I think Fabula's over here. Aw, yeah. Oh, I love the 3D sprites for them. One moment here. Much better. Now, this is actually something that they did in Final Fantasy III as well. You could find chocobo forests in different parts of the continent, and you could ride the chocobo to new locations. Chocobo Dark Knight, question mark? Where to go, where to go? Oh, there it is. We walked right past it. Fabul Castle. Big, square, empty courtyard. Oh, look, it's Wandering Oaken. Yoo-hoo, 100 gil per night. Big summer blowout. What you got for me? Oh, I actually have 11 Phoenix Downs. Okay. You don't sell ethers, which would be super useful to have, but that's okay. Gold needles. I'm that guy that likes to have at least 5 of each status restoring item. Gissel Greens. Now, Gissel Greens in Final Fantasy III are used to summon the fat chocobo that acts as the party's bank. Don't ask. I'm guessing that it probably has a similar function here, so I'm not going to stock up just yet. I actually didn't have a ton of use for the banking system. It was mostly when I had, like, too many items to scroll through. That, so far, has not presented a problem. I'll tell you what we do. Since we actually have an okay amount of gil right now, let's take that 5 restorative items and just bump that up to 10 each. Especially since status effects don't clear in between fights in this game. That gets a little gnarly. Yeah, there we go. Just grab a little bit of everything. Screw it, grab a couple tents while we're at it. See if Mapping Way has anything new to say to us. Oh, it's Living Way. My apologies. He's Recording Way. Okay. Oh, interesting. So we have the ability to rewatch any of our events. Now, following episode 3, it came to my attention, thank you, Sarah and Rawl, that the voice acting volume was actually set a little bit too low. I didn't realize that I had set that in addition to the sound effect and the music volume. Now, it is pretty useful here that we have the ability to rewatch some of these. So in the interest of having the sound be available this time through, I believe this is the one that you couldn't hear at all.
Anna, there's life left in you yet.
Father. Edward, he is the Prince of Dampian. He disguised himself as a bard to avoid attention. Forgive me, Father, for running off with him. Edward, I'm in love with him, Father. But I could not stay without my father's blessing. I was about to return when...
The Red Wings laid siege to us, led by a man named Golbez.
And this is why I said he was Alphinaud's voice actor.
Clad in armor of deepest night, his strength beyond that of mortal man.
And the Red Wings' purpose?
Our crystal. And then they rained fire upon us. I lost my mother and father. Then Anna tried to shield me from their arrows.
You love this man that much?
Father, please, forgive me. I was so selfish. Edward, I love you.
Anna!
Anna? Anna! This Golbez, tell me more of him.
I've heard he came to Baron only recently. It seems he's using the Red Wings to steal crystals.
Tears do not bring back the dead, boy. Anna's death must be avenged. I'll find this Golbez.
Tella, not alone.
She was not your daughter. Her killer will die by my hand.
Anna!
Coward.
We'll skip the rest of the playback there since everybody's already seen that once, but I did want people to be able to hear the actual audio that went with it, since it came to my attention that it was not as audible as it should have been in the previous episode. That being said, now that we've reached the Kingdom of Fabul, let's poke around the castle a little bit. Ah, weapons and armor. These are a few of my favorite things. Interesting. Flame claws, ice claws, lightning claws. Decisions. I feel like there are fewer things in the game overall that have an innate resistance to lightning. Let's grab a demon helm for Cecil. Wow, he can actually just get a full new set of armor here. I guess it's a good thing we have all of that extra gil. I'm hesitant to lock Yang into a single element, just in case you have things that are, if not outright immune to a particular element, at least resistant to that element. I'll pick up the lightning claws for the extra raw damage, but if we run into enemies that are immune or resistant to lightning, we're going to hang on to his existing weapons, just in case. Oh, you know what? I can give him 2 sets of claws. Silly Kai. Let's make Cecil super tanky, because that's what he does. With 20 hull defense. More than double the rest of the party. Because, you know. Let's see. Of course the monk has 2 hands. Do we go double lightning or lightning and another element? You know what? Let's go lightning and barehanded, so that at least one of his attacks is non-aspected. We can always tweak that later if we need to. I guess that's it for the first floor. Upstairs we go. Greetings, Master Yang. Whole lot of open space to run with not a lot in it by all appearances. I see the stairs leading up. Just make sure there's absolutely nothing up here. Hate to miss some free treasure. Let's see, we got a door, we got another door. Door number 1. The East Tower. You're not sleeping, you're meditating. I don't think you lay down to meditate. I mean, you can. It's not like a wrong way to meditate necessarily, but I feel like you're probably sleeping. Sure. Alright, this is amusing. Oh, alright then. Cool. East Tower, 3rd floor. Whose bedroom is this? His Highness's private bedchamber. I'm just allowed to walk into the king's bedroom? That's probably not great. I realize he's not in it at the moment, but, like, pretty sure anybody off the street shouldn't be able to just wander in. Maybe it's because Yang is with me. You figure? He is the Grand Master, after all. Maybe he's just allowed to go anywhere. Taking stuff is what I like to do, yes. The infirmary. Thankfully super empty. For now. Oh, it's Yang's wife. Does this make this Yang's chambers, the top of the West Tower? That would seem to indicate that he is a person of some import. Whoops. Alright, well, I think that's all the wandering around that we can do right now. I think we pop back into the main chamber and presumably meet with the King of Fabul. Have a very brief intermission. I will be back in just a moment. There we are. Let us return to the fray. Ah, I see they're taking both of my mages. Cool. To the front lines we go. The enemy approaches! Oh, it's an army of Jawas. JK. Soldiers of Baron. Get slapped. Ooh, and they're weak to lightning. Okay. Edward's auto battle command has been changed, which I'm not fond of. Oh, no, it hasn't. Never mind. I thought he was playing like a status effect song, but the status effect they suffered appears to be just because they killed their commander, which is a neat touch. Holy smokes, Yang. Are you sure I need to be here? Cecil is so tanky. The Red Wings are here. Retreat to the keep. Fall back. More Jawas. Dude. Even more Jawas. Dude, don't throw your soldiers at them. They're gonna die, dude. Get wrecked. I see, so it causes confusion amongst their ranks when you kill their leader, so they'll sit there and smack themselves. That is a neat touch. I like that they did that. 775 XP. I feel like that feels like a lot. There was an imp disguised as one of us. I don't think he's going to be sticking around very long. Get wrecked. Oh, and he dropped a potion. How considerate. We'll let Edward top off our health just a couple of ticks. He's a lot more useful now that I can put him in the back row and set him to auto battle. There's too many of them. We've no chance. Time for our last stand, huh? Edward. Dude. The music changed, but the enemies aren't any tougher. Now what? There's the crystal. My boy Kane. And for the record, yes, I do remember the plot of this game, but shh. A duel, Cecil. What do you mean? Draw your blade. What do you think he means? He just challenged you to a duel. Okay, that's smarts. Mine hits harder. If only his jump worked like that when he was a party member. Or it just happened automatically and not just like half a turn later.
Kane, even you now?
Let me ease your suffering.
You'll do nothing!
Stop!
Rosa.
Kane, tell me you've not turned traitor.
Don't look at me. Cain, why do you now hesitate?
Golbez!
The name of this theme is Golbez, Clad in Darkness.
You're him, the usurper.
So, you are Cecil. Allow me to give you something. A gift to remember our meeting.
Cecil!
Let me through!
I did not come to treat with words. Cain, enough of this foolishness. Bring me the crystal. My lord.
Don't do it, Cain!
Rosa, let it be.
Oh, you care for this one, do you? Then let me take her along as well. To hold in trust until we are graced with the chance to meet again. Come, Cain.
Dude just kidnapped my white mage. Uncool, bruh.
It would seem your life is spared for now.
Cain, wait!
Riddy is a badass. Just saying. All right. His Royal Highness was wounded somehow, and he is in his room. Luckily, we've already been there and taken the items in his personal chest, so we know where to find him. Whoops. So it does sound like they have brought back Golbez's Dissidia voice actor, but his performance is a little bit different because they've altered the effects on it. It's very echo chambery as opposed to how he sounded in, say, Dissidia NT. Okay, so I guess there's nothing to do in Fabul other than just, like, leave. How are we doing on HP right now? Did we get a full heal? Yeah, more or less, by the looks of it. No need to go to the inn, then. Let's just, let's put an egg in our shoe and beat it. Hello. I didn't intend to stay and rest. But I see you're gonna make me, so fine, I guess. The inn is over here, I think. Yep. At least the rest is free. need a boat. Deathbringer. Very cool. Let's go ahead and equip that. Reduces his spirit to 0. I wonder what effects that's going to have. Like, spirit, I think, typically determines your the potency of your curative spells and things of that nature, but obviously he doesn't know any. In other games, it also affects your magic defense, but I don't see that stat going down, so I don't really know, to be sure. Well, anyway. Let us move on. For realsies this time. Baron now has in its clutches 3 of the 4 elemental crystals scattered throughout the world. If we're to recover Rosa and the Crystal of Wind, we'll need to use the boat that's been lent to us by the King of Fabul and make an assault on Baron itself. What could possibly go wrong? I guess for now, since our hovercraft is over there, let's have a look around for that boat. Hey, there it is. Yang's wife brought a frying pan with her. To the docks. Outside the castle. Away from the town. Why does she have a frying pan? A counter augment. Oh, beautiful. Anchors away. All right. Oh, this is going to happen automatically. I don't get to steer the ship, guys. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. Edward seems to be the only sane one, relatively afraid of attacking the enemy head-on that literally just defeated us soundly. That doesn't sound good. Oh dear. The tales were true. It's him, the Lord of all waters, Leviathan. Leviathan, Leviathan.
The seals, you witless dogs!
Can we go 10 minutes without one of my female characters getting kidnapped or knocked out?
Young!
Or Edward. Leviathan, Leviathan. Borrow your phone, borrow your phone. Oh, we got wrecked, guys. Literally and figuratively. I'm on a beach, and I almost drowned, and where's my friends at? Achievement unlocked. Alone again. That's not cheerless or anything. Wow, we're way down here. Also, Cecil really should be thanking his lucky stars that he didn't immediately drown in that heavy plate armor. I don't see that counter augment that I was gifted with. Maybe they automatically equip it to Young. Now where are we? Whoops. Let's go ahead and save. Ah, Mysidia. City of Mages. Yeah, I mean, I deserve this. We killed a bunch of them and took their crystal, so... Slimy form suits you well. Yeah, that's fine. Welcome! Oh, he'll do business with a frog. Shrewd merchant. Let's see, some echo herbs would not be amiss. Emergency exit. Let's actually grab a couple more of those. Cast Libra. Don't really need any of those. Yeah, I think we're good. I think it's interesting I show up and they're like, you're that dude that killed a bunch of our people and stole our crystal. And his response wasn't, I'm going to immolate you into a pile of ash. It's, I'm just going to turn you into a frog. That'll teach you a lesson. You're the Dark Knight from Baron, he said to the frog. She's twerking. This makes me uncomfortable. I didn't even get the option to refuse to watch her dance. She's just like, here, watch me dance, and she starts twerking, and that was it. Oh, I'm sleepy. Oh, is this where they mug me? I'm gonna wake up without my liver? Oh, no, I woke up as a pig instead. Cecil's having a bad day, guys. Hello. The road connecting us to Baron is closed. Understandably, I should think. That slimy form suits you well. I'm not a frog, though. I'm a pig now. Am I a slimy pig? I have no words for you. Okay. No. Will you sell weapons to a pig? You sure will. This man is an enterprising merchant. He knows an opportunity to make gil when he sees it. A power bow. Well, as expected, Mysidia, the City of Mages, sells primarily magic weapons. A lot of cool stuff. Knight's armor, not equipable by anybody, and a lustrous helm and lustrous shield, also not equipable by anybody. Knight's armor is 8,000 gil. Yes, thank you very much. an idea we'll be coming back here. Speaking of, can I can. I want to sell some items, recoup some of my expenses here. We no longer need a secondary Shadow Blade. There's some money back. Don't think we're going to need a Dream Harp. Sell that Dark Armor. And the Dark Sword. There you go, just like that. We've got a pretty decent amount of gil restored to us here. Let's see. Oh, who are you? That's the Dark Knight from Baron, she said to the pig. I guess they magically have the ability to know what my true form is. Let's see, we went to the item shop already. We went to the inn. Give us back the lives you stole. I ain't afraid of no Dark Knight. Here, have a drink. Did the poison make it bitter? No more so surely than the tears you've made us shed. Oh. Antidote. I just kind of wonder, does this always turn you into a pig? Does it turn you back? Am I just going to wake up by the well still in pig form? I feel sleepy. Yep. Okay. Do I have anything that cures pig? I don't think I do. Oh, diet ration. I have one whole diet ration to my name. I'm gonna be very careful not to talk to that dancer anymore. Let's see what's upstairs. What other nasty things do you have in store for me? Our beds are 200 gil. Nope. I guess that's it. Hello? The Hall of Prayer. And here's the crux of the matter. I avoided saying anything to this point in the playthrough, but as you can see, Our young Dark Knight is going to undergo a job change to a paladin before too long. Palom and Porum. These siblings are super cute. So yes, interestingly, as we prepare for the next expansion for Final Fantasy XIV Online, Endwalker, and we see that the Warrior of Light has traded in his Dark Knight Soul Crystal for his Paladin Soul Crystal, we see too that Cecil is going to be doing the very same. Now our story in Final Fantasy XIV will also be taking us to the moon. What could that foretell? I'm not telling. Now, with that being said, what do you guys have for spells? What do you come with? You're level 10. That's going to take a little working around, I think. That is 13 whole levels lower than I am. Flame Rod, Wizard's Hat, Gaia Gear, Silver Armlets. Let's do a little comparative shopping for them before we leave town. We do have a little bit of gil to work with, so let's find out if we're going to need to make use of that. Let's see, weapons are up here. Now, comparing staves, the Ice and Flame Rod are roughly equivalent to what our Black Mage has, and the Healing Staff is equivalent to what our White Mage has. So we won't be needing any weapons. Now, how about armor and robes? We can see now that the Lustrous Helm, Knight's Armor, and Lustrous Shield that weren't able to be equipped before, we now have an idea that those are going to be available as soon as we become a Paladin. A Wizard's Hat, the Gaia Gear, and the Silver Armlet are already equipped by these two, so we won't be needing any new equipment here. The Gauntlets don't appear to be equipable either, so we can move out without buying anything new. Alright, now at this juncture we've extended our playtime out a little bit because we missed a little bit of content at the beginning. Again, I appreciate it being brought to my attention that there was an issue with the feed. We'll go ahead and we'll fix that in the post-edit, which will bring the runtime back down to around an hour. Now, off-screen here, we're going to have a little bit of power leveling to do. We've got our two tiny black and white mages to get up to snuff before we tackle the next dungeon, and that's not the most exciting thing to watch on screen. So join me next week on Thursday for more Kai Plays. At that point, we'll have our tiny mages caught up, and we'll be ready to tackle the next leg of our journey. If this is your first time to the stream, or if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, please make note of the donation link below. It supports our Tiltify campaign, and proceeds go to support Save the Children in their ongoing efforts against the coronavirus. Until next time, I'm Kai. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal, and I'll see you in Eorzea.